Sorry. Yes.
Hello, there's Joe and Paul here again. Sooner than we thought. I guess I'm going to have to stop saying that because every day I'm saying it's sooner than we thought. And that's...
Here we are again today.
Yes, here we are. Well, no, for the first time today, but still, earlier than we thought that we'd be back. Well, because it takes a lot of time. You don't want to use up all the stuff on your computer.
Here we are today, Tuesday the 11th of December.
Yes. And
2012.
yeah. And so today, this is bizarre. Well, we'll get used to that, or I'll get used to that. Several things today have been going on. I've been cooking beans because it's very easy to add beans to all sorts of other things. Paul brings home all sorts of stuff from his work. He's basically been feeding us the entire
96
weeks.
weeks.
96 weeks, which tells you how long he's been working at this local place, and that's been very gracious to us, and it's saved us a tremendous amount of money, and that has been wonderful. But the beans you can put in pretty much with anything, eggs and sausage, and you just put them in, bacon, just mix and match. Throw in some spaghetti, some macaroni shells, Parmesan, mix and match, tomatoes, olives. You've got a good meal. And by the grace of God, we haven't had to buy too much of it. But Paul has, because he's been working for these folks and giving them a good work. So,
hey, I go buy food for them.
we can leave that. Now, what we need to do is we need to say certain things like, my friend's Mike's mother, who was having her pacemaker generator changed, did okay. And she's back at the rest home and doing okay. So that's a load off at least my mind and his mind, and I'm sure her mind. Might not be the folks at the rest home's mind, but
no, because I have to deal with Michael.
Well, now that was what I was hoping you wouldn't say. But truth is truth, and we're speaking the truth in peace and love. Now, I don't know if that approach love, Paul, but still, it's the truth. So, it's the truth. So
You just have to get to know Mike.
Yeah. Well, see, you have to know this man. So, he's a good soul. Now, a couple other things. First other thing is that I have encountered, I always said I would do Advent the next time. I'll talk about Advent. Well, I will. And this is sort of talking about Advent, but the current, I had never encountered the idea of Advent at all until several years ago when I started going to the Episcopal Church. Well, come on, let's face it, the Episcopal Church, the U.S. Episcopal Church anymore, has become looney-tune. It really has. So you've got this looney-tune church, but still, the liturgical year is a liturgical year. And so Advent is Advent. And Advent is, of course, a dual-themed season, commemorating, waiting for Christ to come the first time and waiting for Christ to come the second time. But our rector has, in addition to that, he's very orthodox in that sense. He's also talked about, this year at any rate, God is waiting for us to help create the kingdom of God here on earth while we await his Son's coming again. I find that just an amazing idea. Now, I've never encountered that idea before. I'm going to have to, I won't say I'm going to rethink salvation history because it's very much a part of salvation history, but I'm going to think again about including that in how I interpret salvation history as expressed in the scriptures of the Old and the New Testament. From the beginning of time, well, the beginning of creation, we don't know about the beginning of time, do we? Because that's not written about. That's not been revealed to us. And to the end of Revelation, where the story summary is God wins. God wins. So, having said that, this is a new idea for me. God waiting for us to do what's the right thing. I think that's a tremendously neat idea. And I'm going to have to spend some time thinking about that, meditating on that, and pondering about it. Now, since Paul's been off work today, we've inevitably migrated to YouTube to watch YouTube stuff. As it turns out, there's a lot of farming stuff on YouTube. I had no idea there was all this stuff on YouTube. Well, I didn't know much about YouTube because I didn't have a computer.
Oh, it's great.
And
Plows.
yes, and we've been watching, plowing and things, and it's magnificent. So there's tons of general availability.
Flip and roll.
Right, I had never seen the flip and roll plow before that eliminates the problem of the much dreaded problem of, when I was growing up, the dead furrow, because if you didn't choose where you put your dead furrow when I was growing up, you'd get a roaring erosion river down through your field, and you would have had a worse problem than when you started out. So, I don't know if that's worth, an extra $50,000 on a piece of equipment. Still.
But save on the blades and stuff by rotating the blades as you're going along.
Plus, it looks so neat.
Because you're flipping them.
Well, I don't agree with that, but it looks so neat, doesn't it, when you do that? Well, see, Paul thinks it looks neat, and I've never seen them actually in real life, so maybe I'll think it's neat as well if I ever get a chance to see them. Well, I've never even seen them in a video or a picture. So
I grew up out in Farmville here.
So there we are. As I say, there we are. I'm going to hang up now, and I guess that's pretty much it. I could talk about how I'm going to try to speak the truth in peace and love, and the way to do that is to not speak anything sometimes. So I'm going to just sign off. Bye-bye now.